Good evening and welcome to the semifinal game of the 50th annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. This is the second semifinal game of the evening. The game is going to be played between the Doniphan Dons and the South Pemiscot High School basketball team. South Pemiscot is coached by Chris Moore. Doniphan is coached by Jason Andrews. I'm Jim Hall alongside Terry Turlington. This is the game that will decide who goes to the finals to play Malden. And South Pemiscot got here by virtue of wins over Kennett by the score of 82-56 and an upset win over Portageville by the score of 63-52. South Pemiscot is 6-4 at this time. They were seeded 6th in this tournament. Doniphan was seeded 2nd in the tournament. They have a record right now of 6-1. They got here to the semifinals of the championship bracket by wins over East Carter, 83-24, and by a win over the Bernie Mules of 60-43. This should be an outstanding basketball game. Two good teams vying to get to the championship game.
Doniphan's a member of the Ozark Foothills Conference, and they're have a 3A classification, and they're a large 3A school, 540 students for classification. Their all-time tournament record is 39 wins, 29 losses, and they're the defending champions. And they also won the tournament in 1997. And South Pemiscot is a member of the Boot Heel Conference down in the lower Boot Heel. South Pemiscot's made up of two schools, Steele and Holland, and they have a record of in the Christmas tournament of 47 wins, 37 losses, and they've only won it one time, and that was in 1982. So could be a competitive ball game. South Pemiscot, I think, has surprised some people. With the exception of probably one half, they've played pretty good basketball up here, so it could be a good ball game.
South Pemiscot is basically a senior team. They've got average size, good quickness, good jumpers. Doniphan has more size than the South Pemiscot does. Doniphan will be playing with normally a 6'4" center, 6'3" center, one of the two individuals. They've got experience. They've got the Wilson brothers. They're both juniors. They both play. This is their third year that both of them have been playing in this tournament. So they've got outside shooting. This time we're going to have the national anthem. Getting ready to have the introduction of the starting lineups for the two teams. The gymnasium was basically full for the first semifinal game. Some of those people for those teams have left. We've still got a nice crowd, although there's plenty of seating. We're going to have the introductions for Doniphan. Number 1, Tyler Collins, a 5'10 junior. Number 5, Jake Netherland is starting. He's a 6'4 senior. Number 32, Adam Carpenter, 6'1 senior. Number 33, Chandler Wilson is starting. He's a 6'1 junior. And number 41, Lance Majors, a 6'4 senior. Doniphan is starting their big lineup. They've got Netherlands starting rather than Charles Wilson. South Pemiscot is starting Mauricio Clay, a 6' junior. Number 10, Jeremy Patton, a 5'10 senior. Number 22, Zach Clay, a 5'10 senior. Number 32, Bruce Smith, he's a 6'2 sophomore. And number 40, their big man, Felix Bates, he's a 6'5 center. I didn't talk to the Doniphan coach before the game. I'm a little surprised that Charles Wilson is not starting. He didn't have a real good game last night, but yeah. He is obviously starting his big lineup. He's got both 6'4 guys starting rather than sharing time. And he's got Adam Carpenter at 6'1", who always starts. So he's 6'4", 6'4", 6'1". I guess he's wanting to try to counterbalance a little bit of South Pemiscot size. Felix Bates, 6'5", senior, and he's also got the 6'2" Bruce Smith in the starting lineup.
I don't know. Charles Wilson didn't score very well last night. He did rebound. He rebounded real well, and I don't know. Maybe he's a little under the weather.
South Pem in the white uniforms going from your right to your left. Doniphan in the yellow uniforms. They will appear to be light-colored. South Pemiscot controls the jump ball. The first shot is up and no good, and Chandler Wilson rebounds for Doniphan. They push it ahead quickly. The ball's to Tyler Collins. It's back around to Adam Carpenter. Netherland has it. Tyler Collins to Netherland. South Pemiscot is playing a man-to-man defense. Doniphan is just working the ball around the defense rather than penetrating. Got a little penetration there from Netherland. He misses. The rebound is off to Zach Clay. He pushes it down the floor. Big Spates has the ball in the middle. He's got it up and no good. Rebound Adam Carpenter. Doniphan pushes the ball down the floor and it's thrown out of bounds. First turnover of the game.
South Pemiscot in a man-to-man defense. First time down, tried to completely front the post. Tried a lob pass inside and didn't get it in there.
Clay, 5'10 senior
Doniphan
guard for South Pemiscot. Doniphan's in there aggressive man-to-man. Doniphan's known to play very good defense. Clay has the ball.
Could be a 5-second count. Yep.
Got a 5-second call, turnover violation.
Didn't make any penetration toward the basket. Stood out and dribbled the basketball.
South Pemiscot has two individuals with the last name Clay. We got Mauricio Clay and Zach Clay. That shot's up and no good, and this is Zach Clay with a rebound, and he's got it to Mauricio Clay for the first 2 points of the basketball game.
South Pem's got some quickness. They got some jump,
South Pem
too.
is exceptionally quick. South Pem, as Terry indicated before the game, has really surprised some people. Adam Carpenter going. It's off the back rim. Zach Clay rebounds. Mauricio Clay in, drop down.
Probably should have shot it himself.
A little bit of overpassing. Bruce Smith had the ball about 6 feet from the hole, and he's tried to drop it down. Ball's out of bounds. Doniphan's got the basketball along the sideline to Carpenter. Charles Wilson's in the game now. We got 3 seconds in the lane called on Doniphan. That's considered a turnover.
Doniphan running a motion offense and getting good movement everywhere except the ball.
Ball into big space, no good. The tip in is good by Bruce Smith.
Ball side cut. Smith was on the opposite side, worked right inside the man who's trying to block him off. He just circled him.
Tyler Collins got the ball to Wilson in the corner. His brother Chandler Wilson on top. Tyler Collins back, looking inside. Penetration and pitch. They're good shooters, wide open. He misses. Ball's tipped out of bounds, and it's going to be South Pemiscot's ball. Adam Carpenter had a good look at the basket off the left wing. Couldn't get it to go.
Doniphan 22 press.
Hit the ball to the middle.
Took it down the wing, stayed out of the trap area, got it out of there quick enough that they got it right back to the middle. Lobbed it in.
Nice pass. South Pemiscot moved the ball well along the baseline, got it to the low post. Low post gave the ball up on a bounce pass, but he was fouled as he did so. That foul was on Chandler Wilson. That's his first foul. Ball's inbounded. Ball's returned. The jump shot is taken. Big space with the rebound. They're going to call an offensive foul. Felix Spates. That's his first foul. Doniphan trailing 4-0. They've not yet scored. We're nearly halfway through the first quarter. They've scored now. Tyler Collins.
Doniphan again setting up in the 2-2-1 press. The spacing problem. South Pemiscot had no spacing.
Wide open.
They didn't need much
Bruce
spacing
Smith.
with a man standing underneath the basket. Doniphan not protecting the back end of the press.
Tyler Collins, he's their point guard. Wide open in the corner, short. That was Chandler Wilson. Ball's being pushed ahead. Got it in there to Bruce Smith. Ball stolen by Chandler Wilson. To Charles Wilson. He bounces it. Ball is a violation off the leg of a South Pemiscot player. Charles Wilson in the backcourt. Going to have a walking call on Charles Wilson. He took an extra step on the spin dribble before he went in the air. It's a good call by the official. Zach Clay pushing the ball down. Mauricio Clay with the ball. Jeremy Patton lobs it inside, lobs it short. Charles Wilson. In and out, Charles Wilson. Space, outlet pass. Charles Wilson passed it. Got the return. Lance Majors. And Lance Majors is fouled.
This game brought to you by your friends at New Wave Communications. New Wave's DVR is like TiVo, only better. Pause, record, and rewind live TV. Now TV that fits your schedule. Call New Wave today to find out how you can save even more by bundling digital cable, telephone, and high-speed data. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Boomers Productions. The next time your company needs a commercial, safety, informational, or music video made, please contact Boomers Productions. Working with Malden Eye Productions, we can produce your next video requirement. We also bring to your local news and programming as seen on Channel 21 and the New Wave Communications Network. We're currently seen in Bernie, Bloomfield, Essex, Campbell, Dexter, and Malden, and looking forward to serving more towns in southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas viewing area. Boomers Productions and Channel 21, your hometown channel. Call 281-2121 or visit our website at boomersproductions.com Also, our toll-free number outside the Malden area, 877-566-2121.
One thing I really like about Doniphan, every time they get the ball on offense, they get it in good basketball position and triple threat position. Every player does the same thing, which shows that they do a lot of work on fundamentals.
That foul was called on Bruce Smith. That is the second team foul on South Pemiscot.
Each team having no problems with fouls at this point. Played 7 minutes, or played 5 minutes, and only 3 fouls been called.
Doniphan's going to be inbounding the ball under their own basket.
Game's being played at a different tempo than the last one was played.
Low block, turn around. Charles Wilson up and in. First basket. We'd played a little over 5 minutes before Doniphan got their first basket. Excuse me, their second basket. Score is 6-4. Outlet pass. Tyler Collins jumps and shoots. Rebound by Spates. Ball's defended at midcourt. He picks up his dribble. Zach Clay knocks it down just inside the head of the circle.
Somebody lost their man.
Zach Clay penetrated inside the head of the circle, knocked the jumper down. Both teams are playing very good man-to-man defense. Wide open was the Doniphan player. That was Jake Netherland. Pass is deflected out of bounds. Netherlands going out. Chandler Wilson back in the game. Ball's inbounded. Jeremy Patton with the ball.
South Pemiscot does a good job looking for their bigger men inside. They're continually looking in there.
Ball's knocked out of bounds by Doniphan. South Pemiscot inbounding it. Mauricio Clay with the ball. Got a 3 second in the lane violation on South Pemiscot. We've got 1 minute and 29 seconds left in this first quarter, and we have an 8-4 score. Both teams are playing good defense, although most people would probably thought there'd be a little more scoring in it than this, especially Doniphan, who only has 2 baskets. Charles Wilson spins in the lane, and he gets his second bucket. 8-6, 1:10 left in the first quarter.
Doniphan not having any trouble with the press. It's more of a token press than it is a steal the ball press.
Mauricio Clay has the ball in the corner, back out on top. Bad pass is to Collins. Left-handed layup is good. Turnover led to the basket. Tyler Collins with his second bucket. Going to have a foul called on Chandler Wilson. That's going to be his second foul. Both teams have only two team fouls here in the first quarter. We have 35 seconds left. Very few turnovers, but that last turnover led to an easy basket for Doniphan that tied the score. Wide open underneath, and the basket is up and in.
Continue getting good looks inside,
Both teams are well disciplined on offense. They run a motion type offense, constantly looking to get the ball penetrated in. We got down to 5 seconds. They double team.
Got it in there.
Got the ball into Lance Majors, wide open at the buzzer, and the ball somehow rolls out of the basket. So at the end of the first quarter, we have a score of South Pemiscot 10, Doniphan 8. We'll be back in just a moment.
Skeeter Kell Sporting Goods. Call Kenneth Store at 888-6678 or Lloyd Rice at 576-4471. Nike, Adidas, Russell, any and all kinds of major brand names and your favorite sporting goods. New location in Kennett at 1300 Industrial Drive. That's Skeeter Kell Sporting Goods in Kennett. We're wearing vests tonight from Skeeter Kell. Give them a call or stop by the Kennett store for all your sporting goods needs.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college.
Why pay university prices?
When the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less.
I can use A+.
I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Well, Terry, there really wasn't a whole lot of, individual situations in that half. Both teams exhibiting, trying to play an offense with a lot of team work involvement, team play involvement. Not a lot of scoring.
No, I think South Pemiscot's doing a good job looking inside, trying to get those big guys. South Pem turned the ball 6 times that quarter, and Doniphan turned it 3.
Getting ready to start the second quarter. An alternate possession rule in high school basketball. Doniphan will be inbounding. South Pemiscot still playing a man-to-man defense in which they're trying to front the low post. They've got Anthony Kennan in there now, number 5. He's fronting the low post. Carpenter, nice jumper in the lane, comes out. Ball is up and tipped and in by Charles Wilson.
Good job. Good second effort.
Charles Wilson
down the floor in a hurry.
Zach Clay made a nice spin move, quickly attacked the basket. Good spin move, had a good look at the basket. Couldn't knock it down. Ball knocked out of bounds by Doniphan. Canoy inbounding the ball. Zach Clay, open jumper, in and out. Doniphan, again, can't control the rebound. The ball's off the hands of Isaac Ballou, who came into the game. He's going back out of the game. And we've got Nick Webb in the game. Mauricio Clay. Back to Clay. Canoy a long 3, no good. Charles Wilson with the rebound, trying to force it out, loses control. Patton Kennan retrieves it.
Still looking inside.
Posting those guys up inside. Kanoy, no good. Charles Wilson with another rebound. Bounce pass into Netherland, and he tries to shoot, and he is fouled by Anthony Kennan. It's going to be Anthony's first foul. It's going to be a two-shot shooting foul. Jake Netherland's going to be going to the line here. These are the first free throws that have been attempted in the game. He rolls the first one in. We have a 11-10 score in favor of Doniphan. We've got 6 minutes and 39 seconds left in the second quarter. Netherland eyes the basket, rolls another one in. So we got 2 free throws for Jake Netherland, puts Doniphan up by a 12-10 score.
We were talking about one thing we like about the Doniphan, or one thing I particularly like, they don't have to, they always get the ball in basketball position. One thing I really like about South Pemiscot, they don't have to dribble it every time they get the ball or bounce it.
Great.
Most of the time, they just bring it in there.
Example right there. Anthony Kennan caught the ball underneath the basket, ended up making a nice left-handed shot. Back down the floor, and Nick Webb knocks it home.
All gets down to coaching.
South Pemiscot advancing the ball up the floor, throws it out of bounds. 14-12, 6:02 left. Doniphan in the lead. Jake Netherland on the wing, to Carpenter on the head of the circle, to Nick Webb. Inside, and Anthony Kennan playing behind the man, reaches through, and the foul's called. That's the second foul on Anthony. The 2 big men for South Pem are coming back in, Spates and Bruce Smith. They're looking to run Carpenter wide open. Nice out of bounds play. Carpenter gets the basket. Got a blocking foul.
Defense again won't put that foot on the line.
Jake Netherland doesn't get possession. Ends up with his hip against the offensive man on the drive. And that is the 3rd team foul for Doniphan. Inbounds, and we're going to have a jump ball. South Pemiscot will keep it at that end of the floor on the alternate possession. Ball being out of bounds again under their own basket. Jeremy Patton's the inbounder. We got 2 back screens, and then we got a side screen. The ball's going to be into that man, Kanoy. Comes back around to Patton for the 3. Shot is short. Charles Wilson controls the dribble to the floor and continues the dribble. By doing that, he can get back up.
Comes down,
shot
shoots
is missed.
a 3 coming through.
The ball is knocked out of bounds by South Pemiscot. 16-12 Doniphan, 5:11 left in the second quarter. Ball's inbounded to Nick Webb, and he is called for walking.
When you put that 3 up coming through, it doesn't allow any of your rebounders to get in any position, so you either got to make it or you usually give it up.
South Pemiscot on the attack.
Looking inside again.
Caleb Kanoy. Got a run out. Pulls it up. Ball's knocked out of bounds.
South Pemiscot did an excellent job getting back on defense, and I was looking, 5 men were running. You don't see that very often. We had 5 men in a dead sprint. Probably saved a basket.
Blue in and out.
Did save a basket.
Bruce Smith with the rebound. Zach Clay with the ball. Penetrate. 6-foot jumper off the board, misses. Charles Wilson with another rebound. Out to Isaac Ballou. Tyler Collins. Rebound by Jeremy Patton. Down the middle. Back out to Mauricio Clay. Misses. Rebounds. Got it in. Mauricio Clay with his own rebound and a stick back. Tyler Collins running the offense. Ballou. No good. I don't know how many rebounds Charles Wilson's got, but he's got a bundle.
He is. He did a good job rebounding last night, as we alluded to early in the game. He didn't start him. I know he didn't score, but he really did a good job rebounding last night.
He might not like sitting on that bench at the start of the game. He's got an interception on an overthrow into the post. Got a penetration and a kick out to Adam Carpenter in the lane. The little jumper and rolls in. Carpenter. Doniphan starting to step out a little bit. We're 3 minutes and 30 seconds away from the end of the first half. Doniphan has now moved their lead up to 20-14. They trailed most of this game. They took the lead here in the second quarter. They have a 20-14 lead at this point.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college.
Why pay university prices?
When the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less.
I can use A+.
I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
I think there's a noticeable lack of shooters in this tournament this year. I haven't seen a big man that I would consider to be a real good shooter. Getting a lot of good looks from 6 foot or six feet out, and still not doing any good as far as putting the ball in the basket. Hadn't had very much consistency.
There really hasn't been any, consistent outside shooting either.
That's correct. It really hadn't.
Teams overall, the 3-point shooting average. If you took all the teams and figured out a 3-point shooting average, I think it would be tremendously low. Normally, the high school kids like to shoot the 3, and they shoot so many of them, but the thing that you and I have talked about is that there's so many big men stepping out shooting 3s, and it just hadn't been a very good percentage. There's a lob inside. They continually look to Spates. It's in and out. Ball is saved in there by Bruce Smith out to the head of the circle. No good. Deep rebound by Tyler Collins, and he outruns him.
No
but
shot.
Misses. He didn't have a good shot.
Does not get any balance.
Pass it ahead to the big man Spates, and he can't control it. And South Pem has got a turnover in which they had an opportunity for an easy basket, but they weren't able to complete the pass. They had one of their big men leading down the floor. The pass was too far ahead.
Looks like one of those outfielders that didn't look down when he tried to field the ground ball. Forgot to look at the ball.
They set a double screen for Collins on the baseline. Charles Wilson with another rebound, up and under, no good. Bruce Smith out with the rebound. Zach Clay up the floor. Ball's deflected off of Mauricio Clay's back, out of bounds. Another turnover for South Pemiscot.
That's 9 on the game.
South Pemiscot starting to turn the ball over a little bit, and it's reflected in the fact that they've only scored 4 points in this quarter. Charles Wilson penetrating, good spin move. Ball's rebounded by Bruce Smith out to Clay. This is Mauricio Clay. In the corner to Patton. Clay to Clay. Isaac Clay with the ball on top, double screen. Post up, back out to Patton. Good look for a 3. In and out. Lance Majors with the basketball. Tyler Collins brings the ball down, kicks it to Wilson in the corner. Carpenter shoots a long three.
Commonly known as shooting the ghost. He didn't ring anything.
Adam Carpenter. Adam's a good shooter, excellent basketball player. He was probably a good step out of his range, was not on balance, and he failed to connect. We're still at 20-14 with 1:40 left in the second quarter. This is an unusually low-scoring game. Been a lot of ups and downs.
Again, posting up, shaping up good, posting up good. Can't complete it. He misses it.
Big Bruce Smith comes down the lane, though, for the rebound follow and got the basket.
Came in from the backside with no checkoff.
Lance Majors posting up. Doesn't complete the basket. Jeremy Patton short. Majors with the rebound. Outlet pass to Carpenter.
Less than a minute to play.
Collins steps into three, in and out, tipped up and out, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. A foul's going to be called.
It's only the 8th foul of the half, and neither team is in bonus, and looks like we'll probably go out of the half without having anyone in the bonus.
That foul was on Nick Webb.
Officials tonight are Matt Keeney from Van Buren and Tim Harmon from Malden and Jay Cookson from Marley.
45 seconds left in the first half. Scores 20-16 in favor of Doniphan. Jeremy Patton walking the ball up across the timeline. On the wing to Mauricio Clay. He drives, and they have called a offensive player control foul on Mauricio Clay. That's going to give Doniphan the basketball with 29.9 seconds on the clock. Doniphan is slowly bringing the ball up the floor, looking like they're going to be content to get the last shot of the half. Carpenter, Blues in the game. Carpenter gives it over to. The ball is
stolen.
Tempted to be an inbound, in post pass. Ball is stolen. There's 5 seconds left. Mauricio Clay
I don't think
has
he knows it.
Long shot by Jeremy Patton. Jeremy Patton knocks it down from about 30 feet at the buzzer. Just like they drew it up.
That's the kind that make you feel good at the half and get your dauber down a little bit on the other end. So that may make a little difference in the game.
That's
why you got to cover everybody till the final buzzer.
Momentum builder for South Pemiscot as they go into the halftime trailing 20-19.
6 turnovers at half for Doniphan and 10 for South Pemiscot. Defensively played very well. Offensively can't seem to be getting very much done.
South Pemiscot really hadn't had anything accomplished that quarter until they'd only had 6 points, but they knocked that one down.
Yep.
We're going to have some halftime entertainment here. The Pemiscot cheerleaders are going to be performing. We're at halftime of the final semifinal game of the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. This is the 50th annual tournament. This is halftime of the Doniphan South Pemiscot game. They are playing for the right to play in the final championship game against Malden. We've played 16 minutes. We really haven't settled very much. There's a 1-point difference. Doniphan has a 20-19 lead. Hasn't been a whole lot of scoring in the game. The scoring in the first half for Doniphan with 20 points. They have Tyler Collins with 4, Jake Netherland with 2, Nick Webb with 2, Charles Wilson, who didn't start the game, normally starter, didn't start. He's got 8 points to lead Doniphan, and Adam Carpenter has 4 for their total of 20 points. They got 8 in the first quarter and 12 in the second. South Pemiscot scoring equally balanced. Mauricio Clay with 4, Anthony Kennan 2, Jeremy Patton hit the three-point, long three-pointer, probably about 30 feet at the buzzer to end the half. He had the 1 3-point basket for 3 points. Caleb Canoy has 2, Zach Clay has 2, and Bruce Smith has 6. The big man for South Pemiscot, 6'5" postman, Felix Bates, did not score in the first half. South Pemiscot has 19 points. They got 10 in the first quarter, and they got 9 in the second quarter. And as I alluded to, Terry, I think everybody's a little bit surprised that there's not more scoring in the game.
Well, I think so. I think a real big bucket right at the end of the half, or right near the end of the half. In fact, the buzzer went off. As you said, about a 30-foot shot, but Doniphan just let him shoot it. You don't ever want to foul that 3-point shooter as the buzzer's going off, but you also want to contest him, because you've seen a lot of times, and this ball game ends up a 2-point game, you're going to look back and say, man, that was the one right there.
Well, it doesn't make any difference if you're, 82 feet from one end to the other. If you're 82 feet, you want to contest the shot, and there's a big difference between contesting a shot and trying to block it, creating a foul or something like that. But you just don't want to give a guy a good look at the basket no matter where he is on the floor, because you can make one at any point in time, and it's certainly a lot easier to make a shot no matter where you are if you've got a wide open look at the basket than if you've got 2 hands or 1 hand up in the air in front of you that you're having to look through. Makes a lot of difference. But Jeremy Patton got him a wide open look. He knocked it down. South Pemiscot went in with a lot of momentum. We'll see what happens as they start the third quarter. Teams are back out on the floor. Doniphan's going to be inbounding the ball first. 16 minutes left to decide who gets Malden. Tyler Collins running the offense.
Got a double pick set up. They're going to run a little screen. They picked at the top of the circle and then tried to set up a 3. Set play.
Shot's no good by Adam Carpenter.
Off balance, falling back.
Jeremy Patton has got the ball inside.
South Pem just took the lead.
Big Space got his first basket. They got the rebound down the floor.
South Pem turns it over.
And a foul called on South Pemiscot.
South Pemiscot's got good jumping ability.
Foul's called on Bruce Smith. He has his second foul. Another thing in that first half was that one team had 4 fouls and one team had 5, so nobody in foul trouble. Shots up and no good. It's going to be off of South Pemiscot, out of bounds to Doniphan. Chandler Wilson going to be inbounding the ball in the corner to back to Chandler.
Just an easy little turnaround shot. Again, shooting is out the window right now.
Zach Clay with the basketball, taking it to the right wing, back out to the head of the circle. They're running some down down screens with her big men pop out. Big men popping out to the wing. Mauricio Clay up and in.
I like the way Clay plays. He plays within himself and doesn't take a lot of bad shots, and not real interested in him scoring, but he's interested in the team scoring. Big difference.
South Pemiscot now has a 3-point lead. Doniphan has not scored in this half. We're 2 minutes into the half. Carpenter's up, and they have scored. Adam Carpenter knocks down a 10-foot jump shot. Jeremy Patton with the ball, walking it up down the sideline. Back. Zach Clay, a badly forced shot. Another excellent rebound by Charles. Charles Wilson pitches it ahead. Lance Majors gets his first basket of the game. Ball's on the wing. Mauricio Clay. Jeremy Patton. Another three for Jeremy. He hit one at the end of the.
Patton looks good shooting the ball, and he really doesn't take a lot of shots. Wilson from the corner.
Chandler Wilson misses. Ball's rebounded by Zach Clay. Zach's going to penetrate down the middle. Nice pass into Spates. Good look. Spates gets his second basket. 28-24. Adam Carpenter penetrating. Whistle blows. Going to be a foul. Foul's on number 10. That's Jeremy Patton. That's his first foul of the game. It's going to be a shooting foul for Adam Carpenter. Adam Carpenter looking for his 7th point of the game, and he has it. Adam looking for his 8th point now. Eyes the basket. Nice soft shot, up and in. Back to a 2-point lead for South Pemiscot.
Doniphan 2-2-1 press again.
Jeremy Patton into Spates. Spates is out of control dribbling, but on the floor they call a foul on Charles Wilson.
The press has given South Pemiscot absolutely no problems. They go right down the middle of it.
That is Charles Wilson's first foul, first team foul on Doniphan in this third quarter, second half. Zach Clay into Spates. Spates down the lane, up and out. Another rebound for Charles Wilson. Charles Wilson.
Wilson's had a good basketball game.
Lance Majors. Up and no good. We're going to have a foul on the rebound over the back. Spates is going to pick up his second foul. Doniphan's going to be inbounding the ball under their own basket. A little out of bounds play, corner. They're going to look to get it into Charles in the middle, and they do, and he lays it up and in.
Let him post him low. Spin right around him.
Zach Clay, and Zach's foul. Zach takes it down the lane, lays it up left-handed. He's going to be going to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Zach Clay has not been to the line tonight. That was the first foul on Lance Majors. Zach's going to be shooting his first free throw attempt. And it is also the first free throw attempt for South Pemiscot in the game. They didn't shoot a free throw in the first half.
Hadn't been a lot of fouls. A lot of fouls.
In fact, there'd only been four free throws shot in the game. 2 in the second quarter by Doniphan, 2 in the third quarter. And now Zach Clay makes 1 out of 2. South Pemiscot goes back out on top 29-28.
And they press 22, and Doniphan
Long
has trouble
pass
with
to the
it.
Carter. Leads to a turnover for South Pem. The ball to Zach. He's going to shoot the 3. It's short. Spates with the rebound. It's saved by Doniphan, and they throw it.
And they turn it.
Another three. Patton misses. Spates rebounds. He misses. Doniphan with the ball. Adam Carpenter coming out, and he's bumped by Mauricio Clay. That's going to be Mauricio's second foul.
Playing defense with his body instead of his feet.
We've got 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the third quarter. We have a 29-28 ball game. Doniphan with the ball. They trail by 1.
And South Pem gets in a 2-3 zone.
South Pem been manned all night. They're now going to zone.
Usually a man-to-man team, a basic man-to-man team has a lot of trouble finding a block-off man whenever play a zone.
Chandler Wilson knocks it in off the backboard, and that's his first basket of the night.
Doniphan takes the lead for a second.
Nice layup by Mauricio Clay. He attacked the basket.
Doniphan does not get that back down the floor that time. Very good, and South Pem just beats them.
We've got a timeout on the floor. We got 2 minutes and 58 seconds left in the third quarter. South Pemiscot ahead 31-30. We'll be back in just a moment.
Skeeter Kell Sporting Goods. Call Kenneth Store at 888-6678 or Lloyd Rice at 576-4471. Nike, Adidas, Russell, any and all kinds of major brand names in your favorite sporting goods. New location in Kennett at 1300 Industrial Drive. That's Skeeter Kell Sporting Goods in Kennett. We're wearing vests tonight from Skeeter Kell. Give them a call or stop by the Kennett store for all your sporting goods needs.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college.
Why pay university prices?
When the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less.
I can use A+.
I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment.
Great instructors.
And convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Doniphan is inbounding the ball.
South Pem still with a 1-point lead. Doniphan briefly led.
Isaac Ballou with the basketball to Chandler Wilson, to Tyler Collins. Charles Wilson down the lane, and he gets the shooter's roll, hits the back of the rim in the air and falls in, and Charles Wilson has 2 points. Zach Clay at the other end. Mauricio Clay. Bruce Smith back to Mauricio Clay. Anthony Kennan had the ball. Jeremy Patton now setting up the offense. Back to Anthony Kennan.
Wilson covering the post man, and South Pem's got a distinct advantage if they'll throw the ball over, and he's looking.
Doniphan plays good man-to-man defense. They have a low defensive average. They held Bernie last night, 43 points.
Try to run a high-low.
Entry pass into the low post is tipped out of bounds by Doniphan.
Try to run a high-low, and the low man didn't get his man shaped up, and luckily for South Pemiscot, the ball was deflected out of bounds, so they're going to play it in underneath their own basket.
Lance Majors is out. Jake Netherland's in. The ball's been retrieved.
Official had to go to Dexter to get it.
Run the out-of-bounds play into Mauricio Clay to Zach Clay.
This is one of those games, Jim, that's an official's dream.
When you're not going from end to end constantly. Looks like we're going to have a scramble. Ball's loose. Doniphan's got it. Now we're going to have a tie-up. South Pemiscot's going to keep it on the alternate possession.
Three-man officiating crew and nobody fouling.
Nobody fouling. Each team spending quite a little bit of time running their offense, so they're not going end to end.
The only thing that would make it better for the officials if the ball was going in the basket, then it would be the perfect game.
South Pemiscot with 1:15 seconds left here.
Ran a high double. New play and sliding down the backside. Man rolled off of a high double straight down the back end.
Caleb Canoy.
And they found him. Nice play. I liked it.
Caleb Canoy with the basket. Puts South Pem back on top. Carpenter down the lane. Charles Wilson penetrates, and he is fouled.
55 seconds left in the third quarter. South Pem still holding a 1-point lead.
That foul was number 3 on Mauricio Clay. Excuse me, the foul was on Anthony Kennan, his third foul.
Shot it short. Got the lean.
Charles Wilson misses his first shot. He's attempting to tie the game. Got 55 seconds left. Charles Wilson. Up and in, we have a tie game. 55 seconds, 33-33, and Charles Wilson fouls again. That's his second quick foul.
I don't really know what the problem is here. Both officials looking at the score clock. I guess the clock failed to start. I think it's maybe what happened. Ran a little time off the clock.
We've got 47 seconds left. That's a violation. Kicking the basketball by Doniphan. South Pemiscot will keep it. They're going to throw the ball into backcourt. Charles Wilson defending Zach Clay. Zach gets the ball down, and they lob it in under. Got the ball wide open, and a nice entry pass to Ben Smith. Ben Smith has his first 2 points of the game. Adam Carpenter with the basketball. Spin dribble down the lane. They said he was in the act of shooting. He's going to be shooting 2. The foul was the first foul on Caleb Canoy. Adam Carpenter can tie the game back with 2 free throws. He makes the first one. He's 3 for 3 from the line.
They all have a good release on the basketball and get a good spin.
And he ties the game.
Shooters.
We're back where we started. Neither team ahead. 35-35. 15 seconds. South Pemiscot has it. They can play for the last shot. They're back in a flat 1-4, allowing Zach Clay to dribble.
Swinging
He's
the
fumbled.
basketball, having trouble.
And he doesn't.
Having trouble.
The shot's going to be after the buzzer.
South Pem guard started swinging the basketball, and anytime you do that, you're going to have trouble because somebody's going to nip it from you.
We're at the end of the third quarter. Score is 35-35. We've got 8 minutes left to decide who goes to the final championship game and who goes to the third place game. We'll be back in just a moment.
Tonight's game is also brought to you by Boomers Productions. The next time your company needs a commercial, safety, informational, or music video made, please contact Boomers Productions. Working with Maldenite Productions, we can produce your next video requirement. We also bring to your local news and programming as seen on Channel 21 and the New Wave Communications Network. We're currently seen in Bernie, Bloomfield, Essex, Campbell, Dexter, and Malden, and looking forward to serving more towns in southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas viewing area. Boomers Productions and Channel 21, your hometown channel. Call 281-2121 or visit our website at boomersproductions.com. Also, our toll-free number outside the Malden area, 877-566-2121.
We're back and ready to start the fourth quarter of this semifinal basketball game.
Talking about
Doniphan is going to have first possession.
Talking about how the game is being played, there was 3 turnovers that quarter, 2 on Doniphan and 1 on South Pemiscot. So you can see it's being very well played. Just not an end-to-end game. End to end.
Chandler Wilson for the 3. No good. Charles Wilson high in the air. Off the board. Good.
Again, no check off. Hard to check out of his own.
Charles Wilson has had an absolute sack full of rebounds tonight. He's got numerous defensive rebounds. He's got several offensive rebounds. He skied for that one and then put it in off the glass. South Pemiscot running her man-to-man motion offense, looking to cut back door. Patton wide open, short. Tyler Collins got the rebound, pushes it down, and Carpenter knocks it down.
Little run. Doniphan has a little run. Chris Moore wisely takes a timeout. Try to stop the momentum a little bit.
Doniphan pushed the ball down the floor, got it to their good shooter, and he knocks down the 3. And in less than a minute, Doniphan has 5 points to put them a 5-point lead, 40-35. We still have 7 minutes and 12 seconds to play in this basketball game. South Pemiscot going to have to keep their composure, stay under control, keep doing what they did in the second and third quarters, and that was to get the ball inside to the low post.
They need a basket right here. Need to at least get a good shot. Not something silly.
Doniphan Dons have a nice crowd here tonight, and they are really enthusiastic after the last 2 plays. Charles Wilson got the rebound, stick back, and Adam Carpenter knocked down the 3. Jeremy Patton into the offense. Bring it back. Mauricio Clay. Back to Patton. Doniphan plays an outstanding man defense, and he is fouled. Patton penetrates. He's going to be fouled by Tyler Collins. Going to have his first foul.
4 fouls on Doniphan in the half. Five fouls on Doniphan in the half.
We got a foul on the basket attempt.
That'll be a shooter.
Caleb Kanoy will be going to the line to get South Pemiscot on the board this quarter. The foul was on Lance Majors. That's his second. Caleb's looking to cut into this 5-point lead. He shoots it short.
This is one of those games where you can't make very many mistakes because the other team's not making any mistakes.
Caleb Kanoy missed
possession.
both of them. Charles Wilson with another rebound, run down in the corner. Another 3 points, and he knocks it down. Chandler Wilson knocks down a 3.
I would be surprised if Chris doesn't take another timeout.
And the ball is thrown out of bounds by Caleb Kanoy.
South Penn a little shook right now.
Zach Clay is coming back into the game. Caleb Kanoy going out. And in a minute and a half, Doniphan has taken an 8-point lead. Another 3 by Chandler. Off the back iron.
He's feeling it.
Short by Zach. Spates up and in.
Good play, good possession.
That was a difficult shot. Nice turnaround jump shot on the baseline. South Pemiscot needed that greatly. Chandler. Ball's deflected off the foot of Zach Clay. Charles Wilson inbounding. He gives the ball to Lance Majors. They run the out-of-bounds play. Good shooter, misses. Charles Wilson fighting for the loose ball.
Charles Wilson has had an outstanding game tonight. He's played on both ends of the floor, and it's really given Doniphan a lift, to be honest about it.
5:44 left. 6-point lead for Doniphan. Zach Clay with the ball on top.
Probably going to look to take it inside again.
Running across court baseline screen.
There it is. He's got him shaped.
They had the man shaped up. Spates. All he's got to do is go to the hold.
Yeah, he didn't
Charles
get it.
Wilson. Another rebound. Tyler Collins back to Charles. Penetrates. Double dribbles.
Little shuffle step to start. Little double dribble on the end. So he
got away. Got away with the first violation.
You know what they say, 1 out of 2 ain't bad, so here we go.
He walked to start the dribble, then got called for the double dribble. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left.
Double, had a high double.
Patton gets the ball over to Spates. Zach Clay. And we've got a foul called. Zach Clay on the little jump shot. The foul is going to be on Chandler Wilson. That's his third.
A 2-shot foul, and from now on, both teams will be in the bonus. So probably free throws will make a difference.
Zach Clay sort of line drives it in. Back to a 5-point deficit. And he line drives the second one in. We started this quarter in a 35-35 tie. Doniphan scored 8 quick points. Went out in front by 8. And now South Pemiscot has come back with 4 points of their own. We have a 4-point deficit. 4 minutes and 56 seconds to play. Doniphan is ahead 43-39.
Coach Moore's called a timeout, and I have a feeling that he's going to get out of that zone defense and probably get into an aggressive man-to-man. So we'll kind of take a look, and he may put some full court pressure on here.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes.
Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college. Why pay university prices?
When the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less.
I can use A+. I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Enroll now for summer and fall classes at TRCC.
My personal thought when he went into the zone was why.
Yeah.
I mean, Doniphan's got tremendous outside shooters, and they got multiple. If you only got one good outside shooter, you can play a zone and really look that one guy up. But when you got multiple three-point shooters, it's difficult to do. He's got a tie game or in the lead. He gets out of a man defense and gets in the zone, and he gives them some real looks at the basket. They're still
in the zone.
They're playing
a
little soft man-to-man.
Yep, they're not pointing the ball very tough. Now they are. The big men aren't going to come out.
This is Adam Carpenter with the ball. He cross courts it to Chandler Wilson. Chandler's going to push the ball into the lane. Tyler Collins, Adam Carpenter. Adam Carpenter had the shot blocked, but they called a foul on the defender that was pushing him across the lane.
Man.
Carpenter's going to shoot two. Adam Carpenter has 13 points in the game, 9 of them this half. He's an excellent free throw shooter. You can't hardly teach a kid to shoot it any better for him than he shoots it.
I think maybe some of these Doniphan guys have been getting out of study hall to go to the gym.
He knocks down two more. He's 6 for 6 from the line in this basketball game, all in the second half. Clay
took it all the way.
And a good call by the official. Lance Majors tried to draw the charge. He didn't get there in time. And Lance is going to pick up his third foul. Zach Clay is going to go to the line shooting two. And in this last 4 minutes and 7 seconds, the tempo is definitely going to pick up.
And the free throw shooting is going to play a big part. And I don't really think you want to be in a free throw contest with Doniphan. So we'll kind of see what happens.
Zach Clay makes his first one. Doniphan is 2, 4, 6, 8. Doniphan's 9 for 10 as a team in this for free throws in this game. In and out, big space rebounds, can't get it back in, and who gets the rebound? Charles Wilson. Doniphan around, Tyler Collins wide open, and he knocks the three down.
That was a big shot, big bucket.
Excellent ball movement. That was just like practice with no defender on you. We're going to have a block in the lane. Defense not moving, not adjusting to the offensive man down the lanes, training there and hoping that he'd get a charge call.
Need a good block off. Doniphan needs a good block off because these two guys are jumping jacks. They're both jumpers.
Another missed free throw. Jeremy Patton misses. Jeremy getting his second shot. It's good. South Pem is 4 for 8 in this game, 5 for 10 for the game. They're 5 for 10, and Doniphan is 9 for 10. Doniphan looks like they got Charles Wilson on the high post.
I think they're going to
put the ball away. They're going to run a little clock. They got a 7-point lead.
Uh-oh.
Their good shooter's going to shoot it long.
Yeah, I don't think the coach wanted that. You know, 4-corner offense. Wilson plays out.
The foul is called on Mauricio Clay. Foul is called on Mauricio Clay. They call it a player control foul.
He got himself out of control. Got out of control. Threw the ball off. I guess that is player control.
That's his 4th foul. South Pemiscot cannot afford to lose Mauricio Clay. Ball is loose in the lane. Charles Wilson gets it. Ball's loose out to Tyler Collins. He's throwing it in the corner to Chandler, and Chandler misses Zach Clay on the rebound. He's going wildly down the lane.
Well, just playing
Chandler Wilson with the ball.
Control.
Foul called. Foul is going to be on number 32, I believe. Yes, Bruce Smith, his third foul. Bruce is a 6'2" sophomore. Game's got out of control a little bit.
Right.
Up to this point, it's just really well played, under control basketball game.
6 fundamentals: run, jump, shoot, pass, dribble, pivot, and I'm afraid that they've taken pass out of the lineup at South Pem right now. So
Chandler Wilson with a free throw. It was a 1 and a bonus. Doniphan is now 10 for 11 from the free throw line. They're now 11 for 12. They have now pulled up a 9-point lead. It's 50-41 with 2:33 left in the fourth and final quarter. Long three is off the rim. Nice rebound in there by Bruce Smith. He drops it down to Mauricio Clay, and Mauricio Clay is fouled in the act of shooting. And it's to the point where South Pemiscot has got to have a basket on every possession here to get themselves back in the game.
Lost their composure a little bit with about 4 minutes to go in the game. They've lost their composure just a little bit, and Coach Moore's trying to get them back.
Mauricio gets the first free throw in.
Ever who got the ball wanted to shoot it, and they haven't done that all game. It's been a very, very good job.
Second free throw's off the back of the rim. Adam Carpenter ahead. A jump shot by Collins is no good. Chandler Wilson with a rebound. It's deflected out of bounds. Doniphan's going to keep the ball. 2:15 left. Doniphan with an 8-point lead.
Doniphan's got a little of that shoot in them too, I think.
Yeah, Doniphan's having a little trouble holding it up. Into Chandler. From Chandler into his brother Charles. Charles is an excellent postman. For a 6'1" kid, he's an excellent postman. He gets another basket. Ball is shot. I don't know how many rebounds, I keep saying it, but Charles Wilson has another one. Adam Carpenter into Charles. Out to Netherland. To Carpenter, to Netherland. Back out on top. Wide open, Wilson, basket.
That's what you're playing for, a layup in your delay game.
Shot is no good. The ball is attempted to be saved, but it's into Doniphan. Doniphan gives it to Netherland, and Netherland knocks it down. Jake Netherland, his first basket of the game, his 4th point of the game. That foul was on Bruce Smith. That's his 4th foul. We're down to 1 minute and 12 seconds left, and Doniphan has opened up a 14-point lead, and this ball game is going to go into the books with a free throw by Netherland, completes a 3-point play. Doniphan is now 12 for 13 from the free throw line.
There's a good chance that the district championship is going to be played here tomorrow night, just like the Bloomfield championship. Doniphan and Malden.
These same two teams will be in the same district. We get down to the end of the season, they're going to be in the same district. Lance Majors, Nick Webb come back into the ball game. Netherland and Chandler Wilson go out. Jeremy Patton long jump shots off the board, no good. And we have called a foul. We have called a foul on Adam Carpenter. Adam Carpenter pushing in the back. That's Adam's second foul. Mauricio Clay at the line. He's going to be shooting 2 shots. He makes the first one. .56 seconds left. Free throw is no good. Another defensive rebound by Charles Wilson. To Adam Carpenter. To Charles Wilson, and he's fouled, and that's going to be the 5th foul on Mauricio Clay. Mauricio Clay is a 6-foot junior. He's a very fine basketball player for South Pemiscot. He had 10 points in this basketball game.
I'd say South Pemiscot and Pemiscot will be a very good basketball game tomorrow night.
Charles Wilson.
As well as Doniphan and Malden.
Charles Wilson going to the line. Doniphan is 12 out of 13 for the game, and he misses.
Jinxed him.
That's what they always say.
That's right.
Rolls in the second one. 13 out of 15 for the game for Doniphan from the free throw line. Zach Clay, baseline jumper, in and out and in. Zach's got another basket.
13-point lead for Doniphan.
We're passing ahead to Nick Webb.
Just how bad it's going to be.
Charles Wilson coming down the lane is fouled again. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. We got 29 seconds left. 58-45 basketball game. This game has been blown open in the 4th quarter. It was a tie game, 35-35 at the end of 3 quarters. Charles Wilson has made the first free throw. 14 for 16 for Doniphan as a team from the game for the game. He misses. 59-45. Basket is up and no good. Rebound by Smith. He loses control of it. Bruce Smith had the rebound, lost control. 10 seconds left, and we're still fouling. Mitch Grainer is in the basketball game for Doniphan. He's going to get a chance to put his name in the scorebook. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. Foul was on Jeremy Patton. He has 3. Mitch Grainer makes the free throw. They come off the bench making free throws for Doniphan. You can't shoot him any better than that. This kid just got in the ball game, and he shoots free throws as good as you can shoot them. He's got 2. 8 seconds. A long 3 is no good, and Charles Wilson gets him another rebound, and the ball game is over. We've got a 61-45 final score. We'll be back in just a moment with the final scores.
This game brought to you by your friends at New Wave Communications. New Wave's DVR is like TiVo, only better. Pause, record, and rewind live TV. Now TV that fits your schedule. Call New Wave today to find out how you can save even more by bundling digital cable, telephone, and high-speed data.
We're back here at the Bloomfield Gymnasium at the conclusion of the semifinal game between Doniphan and South Pemiscot. Doniphan won the basketball game 61-45 with a big 4th quarter. Doniphan outscored South Pemiscot by 16 points in that quarter, 26-10. The big thing in the game, Doniphan made 16 out of 19 free throws. They had 2 free throws were all that was shot in the first half. Doniphan shot both of those. But in the second half, Doniphan shot 17 free throws and made 14 of them. For Doniphan, the scoring went with Collins with 7. Netherland had 5. Grainer had 2. Nick Webb 2. Charles Wilson, a big basketball game, 21 and an absolute sack full of rebounds. Adam Carpenter got 15. Chandler Wilson had 7. and Lance Majors had 2 for their 61 points. For South Pemiscot, Mauricio Clay had 10. Jones had 2. Patton had 7. Canoy had 4. Clay had 8. Smith had 2. And Bruce Smith had 6. Ben Smith had 2. Bruce Smith 6. And Felix Bates had 6 for their total of 45. Terry, I thought the ball game was really well played till about the middle of the fourth quarter. Game got away from South Pemiscot.
Yeah, South Pem really played well, and I think it'll be a good ball game tomorrow night. There's something that tells me that Charles Wilson may start tomorrow night for Doniphan.
Well, you know, I think Charles played like he wanted to start, but the coach might be superstitious enough to hold him out for 30 seconds and then get him in the game.
Well, we'll see.
Well, for Jim Hall and Terry Turlington, saying good night from the Bloomfield Gymnasium.